Hey guys, Matt with Hamilton Acres, and I'm out here at the property. I was out in Alabama for a week fishing, and right before I left I did a little excavation out here. I've got this big berm that runs all along the back of the property, and it's probably hard to see, but this always held water out here, and you can see where it's kind of green from like moss from where it's been sitting. But so I blew this out right here, and another location right here, and you can see that this was always almost standing water, and it rained pretty good while I was gone, and it's pretty well dried out. I was kind of amazed really with the rain that we've had. So I did it again down here at the end. I'm gonna go down here and look and see what it looks like. All right, down here at the other end, and you can see there's actually standing water over there. And then that big green spot out there is standing water. And I cut this little ditch in here, and I tried to make it so it just barely had a little bit of fall to it, so that it wouldn't create any erosion. But I walked down through there, and you can see where you know, the waters kind of came through here without too much trouble. So once I get a little something growing on it, I think we'll be good here. And then I dumped some of this off, and it was a little too wet for me to spread out. So but you can see between there and here there's this little hump. So one of my goals is to maybe get this cut just a little bit, so that all that water that's up there can come down and go to the creek. Because right now, if it was much deeper, I could probably start stocking it. So anyway, just a quick update. I'm going to show you some trees back there in the back that the reason I've been cutting wood back here. But there is quite a bit of new trees that have broke off and fallen from the ash borers. So we'll go back there and take a peek. Okay, so I'm back here in the woods, and again, I had most of this kind of cleaned up before I left, but you can see right here, this tree is a fresh one right here, and then this tree right here is a fresh one. It snapped off. And then there's probably 2 or 3 right over there, and then 1 or 2 more back there. And you can see right here, this is a good example of one that needs to come down. And everybody's asking me, you know, what are you doing with all that wood back there? Well, it's going to fall down anyway, and I really don't know what else to do with it besides cut it. And I hate to waste it, so I can make firewood out of it. But here's another one, and it's right next to that one, and right behind that one's one. And then there's a cherry tree that's just getting ready to fall over. And here's another one right here. So I don't know, there may not be too many trees left when I get done, but there's quite a few healthy ones in here. But like for this guy right here to grow, this little guy, you know, he needs a space too. So just keep walking. Here's another one. And then I haven't cut anything down that wasn't broke off or snapped. As you can see, there's some dead ones there. There's some dead cherry right there. There's 2 dead cherry, 3 dead cherry. Another big ash right here. There's one that just broke off. And then there's one that was broke last year that I've been working on trying to get cleaned up. Here's another dead tree here. I'm not sure what that is. And then over there you can see those trees were actually choked out by the ivy, the grapevine in here. So I'm gonna walk over here to another little spot, and we'll take a peek over there. Here's a couple cherry trees that fell that I've already cut the stump off of that I need to drag out of here. I mean, it's literally just a mess. And not that it's necessarily a bad thing. I think a lot of this stuff that's going to come up is going to be that weed that nobody wants. Here's another one here. This one really scares me. It's got a widowmaker hanging up there. I'm afraid to cut that one down. You can see all these dead trees right here. I'm kind of waiting to see. There's another one that snapped off. Another one that snapped off. These 3 or 4 trees blew over. Then we got back in here and it's really crazy. I think there was some straight line winds that came through before I bought the property. But you can see there's a dead one. But if we look over here, this is where all the deer hang out. I was going to come back here and look for some sheds. But, you know, this thing's not going to stay up much longer. It snapped off at the top already, but there's another one snapped off. Dead. Dead. All these trees right here are dead. But this is where the deer bed right here, between me and my neighbor here. Probably 20 acres of woods where they can hang out between us and not have to worry too much about anything. All these dead trees. Totem poles, I call them. So I'm going to keep working on it. You know, it's not hurting anything, but I'd also like to be able to walk through here without having to worry too much about something just snapping off and knocking me silly. So I'm gonna get to work. So really the key for me when I'm cutting these down is I really don't want to damage this little tree right here. He's got a pretty good start in life. You know, some of these trees are in pretty good shape. So I need to make sure that when I cut them, I can get them cut to where it doesn't smash one of these other little trees around here. So I'm gonna cut these ones off that are already down, and cut the totem poles down here real quick. So put this one right on top of that one. was almost kind of hoping to knock part of that off, but didn't. So I'm gonna see if I can drop it right in there, the rest of that mess. Got my wedges over there, but I forgot my hammer. Kind of beginning to wonder about that one, which way it was going to go, because it kind of cut it at an angle. As you can see, wasn't hardly anything holding it up there at the end. So right where I wanted it, just a mess. We'll get to cleaning it up here. Okay, so my SD card got full because I was in Alabama doing some fishing, and we didn't really do any good, so there's not going to be much footage of that. But real quick, I cut this cherry tree down too. As you can see, it's deader than a doornail, and I ran out of gas on my saw too, so I'm gonna call it a day. Spend an hour or two out here trying to clean up some more of this mess. So got some serious firewood to get ready for this winter. So give me something to do, get a little exercise. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, real quick, my battery's getting ready to die, but I just want to show you guys this. This is the swamp area that needs to be my yard, but it's a little wet. Go over here to this pond area. It's super wet. And you can see all this right here. Probably see some fish spawning in there. So I need to take that berm down over there, cut me a swale in, fill this in a little bit. It's gonna be something I need to do. Might have to hire a buddy of mine with a dozer or something to get this done. So anyway, stay tuned for the next episode.